G'day everybody, welcome back to Enshrouded. Blue here. Hope you're all doing well today. As you can see, we're still out here in Wistful Fields, continuing with our building process. Behind me is our house. Obviously still looks pretty bad, in tatters, in ruins. We haven't really done too much on that front, but we do have a semblance, I suppose, of the structure for the trapper and, sorry, I keep calling her the trapper, the hunter, and the farmer. So things are looking really, really nice. We ended up spending a bit more time on the, well, the underground section, and we've extended that out a little bit. We're going to have a door over here, but then, as I said, we're going to probably also design like a secret tunnel that will lead outside this way. But that's a long way off. I think in this episode we're going to focus on trying to get the attic organized and the roof above it. So yeah, we'll get to that. There's a few things that I need to also try and fix up here. So firstly, it is so dark in here, so perhaps maybe the first thing that we want to address is just getting some illumination going. And yeah, to do that, I was sort of contemplating whether or not I just wanted to steal some of the candles that I've already got back at home, but perhaps maybe that's not such a good idea because we are still using a lot of the illumination at our current base, and yeah, that might make things a little bit difficult for us when we come back here for resting and doing other stuff. So let's start by making some illumination. And I've sort of considered whether or not I wanted to make some illumination from our workbench, but we really only have the torches, which are kind of savage looking. We could go with the firefly lamps. In fact, we haven't really gone for firefly lamps at all. We do have plenty of fireflies. Well, I say that, but actually we can only make a couple of these things. I'm still thinking that candles are the way to go. I do quite like the look of candles, so we'll make a whole bunch of candles right now. We are running out of string, but that's okay, we can always make some more string. And then, yeah, we'll use those candles and actually, you know, speak to Cade here to make them look a little bit better, obviously. Now, there is the option of maybe going for bronze sconces and candle holders and, you know, all that sort of stuff. Even a wall torch might not look too bad, but perhaps maybe we want to reserve those for certain places. I'm thinking of just going back to some of these basic looking ones, like the chandelier and some of these other sort of hanging, or sorry, wall mounted candles. So yeah, let's go with the wall mounted candles first. I know it's tempting to get another chandelier for some extra light, but we only need a little bit of light in there. So I'm thinking we'll do... maybe we'll go with 6 initially, and then we can sort of decide if we need more. Let me chuck a few things away here because things are looking pretty horrendous from an inventory perspective. And while I'm doing this, I'll talk about the stuff that I've done between episodes. Not too much, to be honest, but since we knew that we were going to be starting to look at the roofs, then I sort of spent a lot of time just making sure we had materials for that. So we've got extra roof tile blocks, and definitely going for these types and not the tarred shingle roofs. Got some food which we can throw in here, I think, and got some dirt. I can't remember what we hung on to dirt for. We've got some stones as well. Maybe I'll just find a home for that very quickly. Yeah, I think we hung on to some dirt for some kind of crafting. One of the types of blocks possibly needed some dirt, but anyway, things are looking good. We do have some extra honey here. Maybe I can throw that somewhere. And yeah, I'm just sort of seeing that we do have some extra candles, I'll stash the candles away. Yeah, honey can go in there. Alright, so let's head back out and let's see how much progress we can make. There is also a few things that we need to fix up with the staircase, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. But let's get illuminating first. So... okay, 5 at a time. That's fine. Let's... yeah, just snap these. I guess it doesn't really matter if things are symmetrical just yet, because I can always, like, adjust stuff later. And one more. I'll place that there. Okay, looking much better. Although this corner is quite dark. Maybe I'm just going to temporarily put the candle right there in the corner. And look, that'll hopefully look a little bit better once we get some more illumination going on in this room as well. Otherwise, maybe we do actually need to consider having a candle somewhere closer to the staircase. But anyway, for now, this'll at least assist us with, you know, what we're trying to achieve here. So, let us firstly start by switching the side in which the staircase goes down, because I feel like it's a little bit weird that this is sort of coming down this way, where I feel like there's definitely a little bit more space to actually have the staircase go down on this side instead, and that way we'll have a little bit more space overall for the rest of the room. So yeah, refined wood blocks, we just need a couple more pieces here. And down one more. Alright. Perfect, I think. So come down here. We could wall this off, potentially. But I'm sort of still having a think about that. And there's also the matter of adding a little bit of character to the sides of the stairs. So yes, I know I've just sort of planned out the stairs in its entirety there, but I sort of want to go back through and remove some parts of it to actually make things look a little bit nicer in some sections. And I'll show you what I mean, starting with this staircase here. So at the very end, we're going to use a different type of block, and in this case I'm using the city wall blocks. And that just gives a nice sort of accent to the end of the staircase. I think that looks quite nice, you know? So we'll do that for all of it, just to make the sides pop a little bit. So I'm not entirely sure if this is the right piece. Maybe I need to experiment a little bit more with something else. The reason why I say that is because we've got this little lip going, and I'm not entirely sure if that's exactly what we want to go for. Okay, yep. The rough stone blocks seem to be kind of nice. So yeah, I guess with this sort of stuff, it's really about experimentation. I thought I had the right thing chosen before, but no, I think I needed to do a little bit more experimentation. Yeah, even that, I think the rough stone was better City wall, not so good. Regular stone blocks, let's just give it a try and see what's good. Okay, brilliant. So that's exactly what we're looking to go for. There is also the matter of the opening to the second story here, which it feels a little bit too wide, so I'm just going to quickly fix that up right now as well. So we need more half-timbered blocks, and I'm just going to place down a few more to the side here. Maybe I'll use the 2-meter pieces just to be a little bit more accurate. Alright, brilliant. So that looks good. Now, one thing that I was trying to figure out was how do I get the same aesthetic here on the, I guess on the ceiling, on this side, and I think I do need to add just a little bit more. Right on this side here, so if we use the same pieces, yeah, there we go. So, gives us that same aesthetic. I would love to do it on this side as well, but I don't think we'll be able to achieve that. It's just a little bit too tight over here. So, yeah, probably not the best for us to get more pieces in here. I mean, if I do that, see how the aesthetic continues, but then we'll have less movement space, and I don't think that's what we want. So we want to probably just leave that. Unless what we want to do is to get rid of these parts here. But if we did that... Yeah, okay. Got a bit of a problem with with the aesthetic not really continuing. It does remove some of these little sections though, which I feel looks a little bit weird to be jutting out. That might not be a bad look, actually. And we can sort of decorate this section with, like, stuff. Maybe shelves or whatever. So we'll come back to that. Right. So, with that out of the way, there is the matter of maybe doing the same thing for this section. So, I do want perhaps maybe the city wall blocks. It is getting a little bit dark, isn't it? I feel like we probably need a little bit of illumination out this way as well. I might use the rough stone blocks, because that's what we've got as, like, quote-unquote, the trimming sections of the staircase. So yeah, that sort of looks nice because it looks like it's supporting the entire staircase. And then now, from here, I sort of need to decide what to do here. I guess maybe the city wall blocks are in order. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So now you're getting the same aesthetic sort of all around. Good. Alright. But I think it's time for bed. Is it bedtime? Well, I guess there is a little bit of light, so... before we start with the roof, though, I do need to just plan for where the attic is going to go. So... we do actually need to... yet again, have another staircase. Pretty much a similar looking staircase that we've already built. So we'll go with the refined wood blocks. I'm probably looking at maybe... yeah, starting from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. It's way too dark to be doing any work now, so let's actually head back home. I keep forgetting that we can simply teleport. I'm just so used to playing Valheim all the time, guys, and you know, teleporting. You actually need to go to the teleporters in that game. Yeah, just gonna have a sleep and then we'll go back pretty quickly. Alright. With the front side of the house, I feel like there's an opportunity to also, you know, make certain sections pop out a little bit more. So I'll probably experiment a little bit on that before we dive into actually doing it. That way I'm not spending too much time sort of scratching my head and not knowing what I'm doing. Okay guys, so the stairwell leading up to the attic is looking good. There's probably a little bit more to go. I'm just sort of trying to make sure that we are planning appropriately here for the attic and what the attic looks like. I just want to make sure that also we're not really eating into the ceiling space of the second story. So I do need to place down some more flooring pieces. But I think that probably means that I need to go perhaps maybe one more level up. So let me get the right shape here. Yeah, so that's what we want. Just sort of looking at what we've done on this side. Okay, looking pretty decent. Now it's all about the flooring, I think, so let's switch to the right shape, and yeah, gonna use the half-timbered blocks for this as well. Same as what we did for the second story. So here's where I'm a little bit confused, guys, because my thought process is I wanted a much smaller attic. And if that's the case, then I need to probably move the floor up a little bit. And it really depends on how big I want this attic to be, right? Because I guess if we do like a couple of blocks further up, maybe that's what we want. Again, this could be a little bit of experimentation here, guys, so bear with me, but maybe I'll add just a tiny little bit more. But this time I won't add any of the trimmings here because I don't really know if I'm going to keep that or if we're going to get rid of it. Yeah, so maybe even one more. So the second story will have like a lot more space, it seems. I'm almost regretting what we did on the ground floor, and I'm wishing that we added like a couple of blocks above that to make the ground floor room a little bit bigger. And we wouldn't have had to do that here on the second floor, but I guess it's not so bad if it happens on the second floor. Anyway, I digress. Let's now experiment with the floor. Yeah, so the idea is it'll be a smaller attic space. So let's just add as much as we can. The real problem after this is going to be when we do place the roof in. how much material we're going to actually cut as a result. But I might as well experiment with that right now, because we're sort of getting there. Okay. Okay. A bit of damage there. What I might do though is I'll try to see what happens if I place a roof here. Is that right? So that seems to be sort of clipping through. We don't really want the corners to clip or anything like that. But yeah, strangely enough, if you try to snap, snapping is actually going to clip the corners. And as far as I know, there is a trick to, I suppose, make the clipping less obvious. So if we do something like that, and then we unsnap, the idea is that you would double up ever so slightly. So obviously this is 0 pieces, but if we move slightly that way, we'll basically use a little bit more. And I believe that is the way, according to some people, some experts on YouTube anyway, that is the way the devs have actually managed to create most of their homes and remove the clipping issue. So that's sort of what we want to achieve. Now the next question is, how do the floor pieces play with this, now that we know that that it needs to sort of match that. Obviously we don't want any clipping, so let's see. It actually looks pretty good. I think. Maybe I don't have it quite right. What happens if I add just one more piece that way? Yeah, okay, so that looks even better. And it doesn't clip outside either, so that's sort of what we're looking for. So yeah, with this sort of achieved on this side, I think it's best if we now place the rest of the roof on this side. And hopefully that would make things a bit easier for us to then start doing it on this side as well. Obviously we do want to try and make it symmetrical, so Okay guys, so I think I'm gonna need to actually make more roof tiles, surprisingly. I have actually used quite a bit, so let me just head on back and we'll quickly do that. And hopefully this time around we'll actually have enough. And I think we just need more of the fried brick, which we do have plenty of at the moment. I'm glad I made so many, because we've ended up needing them. But I think I'm going to need to try and get some more. So again, something that I'd probably do between episodes. So roof blocks, roof tiles. Oh, we need some clay as well, my bad. So let me just see if I can grab the clay. Okay, so hopefully this will be enough. Again, if not, then we'll be back doing the same thing. Alright, so I've sort of done the first layer, but obviously we can see some of this clipping. So I'm trying to get the next layer on. Hopefully it'll be as simple as just laying it down. It seems like it's pretty simple. So that sort of makes me think perhaps maybe it's better for us to work on actually encasing the entire space with the first layer of the roof, and then we should be able to put on the second layer, in theory. So we'll see how we go. Okay guys, so at this point I've just realized that there's definitely a bit of a problem here. I don't actually have enough space to get into the attic on this side if I do want to continue with the staircase up this way. So what we could end up doing is having a staircase sort of pivot and move up that way. And that might actually be a good solution for it. So the question is whether or not I want to actually add a bit more to the roof before we do that. Yeah, let me spend some time fixing the staircase now. Okay, so staircase is looking good, hopefully. So yeah, that was definitely unplanned for. So we definitely needed to pivot a little bit there. So the next thing is perhaps maybe I should be getting the rest of the flooring done for the attic. So let's switch up to the half-timbered blocks again. See what we can do on that front. Okay, time to head home, have another sleep. Goodness me, some of the decisions that I've made is sort of biting me in the backside. But that's okay, I think we will persevere. I think we're able to achieve what we're trying to achieve. Just need a little bit more sunlight to work with. I wonder if I do have enough to, like, get a doorway in. Doorway would be nice. I don't know if we really need, like, some fancy looking doors. Maybe something like this? A carved wooden door? I'll grab one and I'll see how that looks. I know we've got some doors here. I think this is the carved wooden door that we've got, right? Doesn't look too bad, and I do like that style, so let's head back out there. Otherwise I could use like stone doors and stuff, but yeah, maybe not. I mean, that kind of looks nice, in my opinion. Alright, let's continue work on all of this, shall we? Alright. Once again, I feel like we do need more roof pieces, but my goodness, this has been quite difficult to achieve, but as you can see, we're getting there. And yeah, I've started to notice that even like this prefab home that we can see here, which is eventually going to be my home, you can definitely tell that they've used double the amount of the roof pieces here to achieve the look, I suppose, and to get rid of any sections that look a little bit weird. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do for the little sort of side section there, whether or not I might like convert that to maybe wood like we've got going on over here. Might not be a bad look. But anyway, let's address the problem at hand and make some more roof tiles. Again, I thought we had enough, but apparently not. Also, I keep on dying from falling down from the roof. I'm trying to be as careful as I can, but we've actually died quite a few times. I'm just gonna max out how much we can make, and I should actually throw in the rest of my clay here, and I do want to actually grab some wood logs and start the process of making some more of the fried brick, because we're definitely gonna need it anyway for the next structures that we're going to build. So we may as well get that process started. Let me just grab some water as well while we're at it. I could spend some time like cutting down trees, getting more wood that way, but that's alright. You guys have seen that process already, so I won't put you guys through that again. Okay, so a little bit more to go. So hopefully we can get the roof done in this episode. So I'm just trying to take a look at how this top section was achieved, guys, because we are getting a little bit of it, but it seems to be kind of difficult to get the blocks to actually look like that, and I'm having trouble trying to figure out what is exactly triggering that look. Because it seems like as soon as things join up, it's not really doing it for us. I might need to do a bit of research on that, to be honest, guys, because I can't seem to figure it out. Okay. Interesting. Something about the center section that needs to slightly change. Okay guys, I think this is where we're gonna call it. I'm still confused as to what we need to do to actually get the effect that we're looking for. And I may need to experiment a little bit with more of these roof tiles and more of the angles and stuff to actually achieve what we're trying to achieve. Unfortunately, I have sort of, once again, run out of tiles to experiment with. I don't know if that's what we're supposed to achieve. Perhaps maybe I can remove one layer here to get a few tiles back, and we can just have a quick look at this thing again. But if we put something like that down, and we have... Yeah, okay, so that doesn't create the effect. That doesn't create the effect. But if we do something where they're sort of... They almost look like they're touching when you know, put these pieces in. That's what you get. And yeah, I'm having some real trouble trying to actually replicate that for some reason. So if we do... that. And then we do... maybe something like that? Yeah, okay, it's still not creating the effect. Because they're not exactly touching at the very top. I'm thinking maybe I need to remove the center pieces of this build. Just at the very center, and then instead of having a double layer, we need a single layer, and then we need those two sides to then, you know, sort of almost touch at the very sort of pointy end, and then it should create that effect, I assume. But again, there's going to be a lot of testing here. For now though, this is where we're going to call the episode. Again, probably a lot of speeding up of footage in this episode, a lot of building and stuff, and I figure it would get a little bit too boring if we did that in real time. I'm going to leave the structure as is for now, because we are still obviously working on it, so it is still very much a work in progress. But I think we're getting there. I probably need a little bit of wood and stuff for the sides, as I said, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Thanks for watching, guys. As usual, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, a dislike if you didn't, leave a comment if you want to get in touch, stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one.